Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Uh, just thought we'd finish off these Ask Porky questions. It's nice to root through some good questions, actually. Some really, really good ones, actually. Makes my job so much easier. Honestly. Honestly. Porky, what did you think about Tony Bellew and David Hayes' fake beef around their two fights? Well, I've heard it was fake beef, but when I first had my doubts, well, when they kissed and made up after the first fight, and they were all nice to each other so they could get another one, and then the fake beef came after that, didn't it? Really, where we knew it was fake beef. So I wasn't impressed, but they've got the mindsets made on these storylines, haven't they, to sell pay-per-view fights to us, because none of these fights would need all this scripting, would they, if they were proper 50-50 fights? If they were at the peak of the conditions, we wouldn't need all these fake scripts, would we, and fake rubbish around them. So yeah, I can see the point on that. Porky, when's Liam Cameron fighting? I've heard he's coming back. Yeah, he is. There's a picture of Liam on my profile picture. I took that. I think that's about 6 year old, that, in Half Moon at Littledale upon his manor. I'm just in there having a few games of pool and whatnot, like you do. And I was giving him a trouncing at pool, and he was pretending to bawl his eyes out. Liam Cameron, you can't pot for toffee. Oh, either mixed blood green or knockouts as regards potting balls, mate. I wish Liam all the best. He's had his win over Nicky Gemman, his last fight in common for defending his belt. He's had that changed to a no contest now, so he's 20 wins and 5 losses and a no contest. And he's coming back on Izzy Ahmed's show. Izzy was partners with Ash next door, Ash the Flash, to our office here. So it's all good stuff, innit? I don't mind Izzy and Ash. Good luck to him. I like Liam. I'm gutted he's not training with Chris Smedley, was my pal. He's training with uh, Grant Smith, who trains Dalton Smith. So Liam's probably doing that so he can try and piggyback on back of Dalton. I don't see what's wrong with that. And hopefully he might pick up some extra skills along the way off them boys. If you're training with champions in a gym, you've got Sonny Edwards training there. So hopefully it'll be all put right down the line and he gets on another run. But he's been 5.5 years out the ring when he fights next month. 5.5 years is a long, 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 long time. Now, if he'd have been ticking over all that 5.5 years, that'd have been good, wouldn't it? But when you've been blown up in weight, to like, well, if you're going to put 6 stone on, right, from your last fight, there's a problem in there. 5, 6 stone, you've got a big problem. So, but then again, it's not what most boxers don't do in it. But when you've been hard at ring that long, it's a lot of weight to knock off. So I hope that Liam does well in his comeback, and I'll be supporting him on the night. Good luck to Liam. So, okie dokie. So I'll be there, Liam, on the night. Ash has got me on his table. All right. So, Dennis, I'm going to go to that show, just so you know, Dennis. So if you see me, Dennis, waving at any cameras, I'm waving at you, don't you? Pop, pop, bang! Dennis will be devastated that Liam's not gone back to him. But hey ho, what can you do? It's tough at the top, innit? I'm sure at some point Liam will end up back with Dennis. It always happens. Dennis always used to say, they always come back. Well, we're going to see, aren't we? Somebody's just asked me, who at Fury's fighting these days, Porky? Well, you is inactive. Tyson Fury's just fought White, Chisora, and now on Garno. That'll be from his last 2 years. He's 2 years up next month. He's fought, since Wilder, he's fought White and Chisora. He's now fighting Ngannou in an exhibition. Tommy Fury's fighting YouTubers. He's not fighting proper boxing fights. Roman Fury, I don't know who he's fighting. And James Fury's a couple of years off his debut. So that's who the Furies are fighting. So there's no 50-50 fights and all that, is there? I think Tommy flogs KSI anyway. Porky, what's best fight you've ever seen live? Oof, I don't know. Maybe Froch Pascal. Froch put it on him, didn't he, at first round and went after it for world title. You could say, because I were there. So it is what it is, isn't it? Porky, we had Froch Groves, right? Froch. Well, before that we had Froch Kessler. Then after that we had Froch Groves too. Then after that we had Bellew, Cleverly. And then after that we had Frampton, Quigg, and then the Joshua fights obviously in between. And after Vladimir, it sort of like got silly, didn't it, really, the pay-per-view match. Well, I think it was before then, lad, to be honest. I think the rot had set in. I think they got greedy with pay-per-view, and they just started saying everything with pay-per-view. But I remember Froch Boutte being knocked back for pay-per-view, and people were gasping. What, Froch Boutte, not pay-per-view? Froch Ward Super 6 final, not pay-per-view, 2011. So that about, eh? But everything's now pay-per-view. The horse has bolted on it, really. There's not a lot I can do about that. So, Porky, does Chris Eubank Jr.'s dad train him for his next fight? No, I think he's well and truly out of the way. The man's a crank. He is a crank, isn't he? He's not wrapped up right, is he? He's not a full shilling at all. So you wouldn't want him around you, would you? Dads in boxing, 99% are a nightmare. They think they know best when really, because they love the kids, they're hindering them. That's my opinion 99% of the time, and I'll stand on that. You get them odd 1% ones that slip through the net and win titles, but it's very, very few and far between if you want to work it out on average how many dads are involved in a son's career. Leave your kids at the gym gate or the gym door and pick them up after training. That's my opinion. But dads shouldn't be involved in boxing. It's too much of an emotional roller coaster. They either want to protect the kids or throw them in fights where they're getting them smashed to bits for big money, which suits their agenda. That's my opinion. And half of these dads that are doing it, are they really dads or are they stepdads from hell? Well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder. I remember years ago Adam Smith and Barney Francis saying pay-per-view must be earned, not built on slanging matches. That were Barney Francis's words in 2011, right? When he were being pressured for Froch Ward. You know what I mean? And some of them fights in Super 6, but they stood firm, didn't they? You know what I mean? And they didn't go for pay-per-view. So, does Wardley beat Adelaide, Porky? I think it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not sure about all that fake beef that were going on last week. I mean, it all looked a bit, come on. British champion getting dropped by one of Other Keys' team. What is all that about? Everybody's staggering about and all this and all acting the parts out. Has everybody gone crazy? What are these people doing in the morning? Getting up in the morning, they're saying, hey, do you know what? Let's go to this press conference today and let's pretend that we've got intense beef so that we can get the views up and the numbers, and let's more or less make ourselves look like wallies. Whatever happened to a fight being worthy of people watching it for strength and ability? We don't need no side matches, do we? Or side shows? Well, we're talking here. Everybody wanted to be pantomime villains, aren't they? We spoke about Cougs, didn't we? Cougie Bear saying that Eddie giving that gym £10,000 and testing loads of fighters. I think it's a good move from Eddie. First of all, Coogan, why are you giving an opinion on what Eddie's doing on your channel? Didn't the other day when you were asked a question by Eddie, Coogan, why? Who do you think? Who do you think wins that, Coogan? Oh, I have to stay neutral. I can't comment. Well, why are you commenting on Eddie doing a good thing? That's commenting, isn't it? Or are you the in-house media guy for Eddie Hills? Because you'll give an opinion on Eddie, but you won't give an opinion on two fighters on who wins. Bit like me saying, listen, Lewis Ritson puts Robbie Barrett to kit. And I went in Steffi Bull's gym and he put it on me, that Robbie Barrett. Hey, Porky, you said that Lewis Ritson knocked me out. I said, yeah, he did, didn't he? And I'm looking around, everybody's looking at me in that gym like I've got two heads. Isn't that right, Curtis Woodhouse, Steffi Bull, Ray Doyle, Ant Tomlinson, Mick Whale, Josh Whale, Dempsey Whale. What am I supposed to say? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Robbie. Sorry. I thought you'd win. I should be backing somebody from South Yorkshire. No. I just said, yeah, he did win. He knocked you out, didn't he? And that's what I had my money on. Well, isn't that what he's supposed to do? Well, I obviously didn't think that, did I? In my second week as a YouTuber 6 years ago, probably looking not to get me head caved in by Robbie Barrett, but hey ho, he won't be able to do it now, would he? Fat as a pig, Michelin man. But it got to be given credit for getting in the ring. But people need to start having an opinion instead of licking and rimming, rimmers and lickers. We're surrounded by them, aren't we? We're surrounded by them. Unbelievable. Porky, you need to keep your mouth shut. John Fury's a proper animal. He sticks it on everybody eventually. What, like he did Carl Frampton? 5'5" who stood up to him. Yeah, he looked stupid, didn't he? Trying to intimidate Frampton. He just stood up against him, didn't he, Carl Frampton? I'm team Carl Frampton, me. Although I think he's turning into a bit of a company man lately at TNT Sports. Bricktops carry on. Porky, what do you think about Tyson and Fury's love handles? I think it's embarrassing. I've not seen love handles like that since Paul Smig Smith climbed on scales for Andre Ward fight. So, but hey ho. Does everybody remember when Smig shaved his chest for that fight? But he only shaved it from halfway down. Go press Paul Smith, Google, boxer, and then press images and go look at that fight. He shaved from middle down on his hairy chest and left top bit up. You know, like Burt Reynolds did it. Make Mean Machine used to shave half it and leave top half. I don't know. Maybe Smig were trying to be a throwback to the 70s. I don't know. But when all's said and done, all this, the Smiths are the Beatles from Liverpool. I thought that were a good line, actually, that for PR from Eddie. Very well done, but this is how I look at it. Can somebody tell me the three best wins for all four of the Smiths? George Groves, Chris Eubank, and Liam Smith, is it? Rocky Fielding? That's about it, really, isn't it? Four best wins there. You've got none for Paul, none for Stephen, and other two have got Eubank and Liam Smith and Groves and Fielding. Is that it? Is that what we've got from the Beatles? Them four wins. Well, if you look at them four wins, Eubank, you could say he's a gimme fight, and he got Smith at the right time. Groves had one arm. Rocky Fielding were a regular champion, a future regular champion when Callum beat him at the time. And who's the other one? Liam Smith. You'd say he's a solid British level guy. Is that it from the Smiths? Well, the Liverpool Beatles just shows you how people hype things up. What about when Eddie were running around saying Callum Smith wins super middle, light, heavy, cruiser, and everywhere, all the way up to heavy? It's a bit like his old man saying Herbie Hyde were going to dominate, isn't it, really? We all get carried away, don't we? Like Anthony Joshua, all roads lead to undisputed, stay hungry and be humble and all that nonsense. Yeah, be humble. Oh, lies, isn't it? Lies, propaganda, and BS. Just BS. Porky, why have you put Eddie billboard thumbnail up. Well, I've had that ages. We just stuck what they call it on it, a Porky logo in one corner and my smiling face in the other corner, and that's it. Just threw it out there. Just to keep the pressure on Eddie. Not that he's gonna be bothered that we put three Eddie billboards up at one point a few years back. Who cares? I won't have him on my channel now anyway. He's gone the other way, hasn't he? He couldn't come on my channel because I'd be so prepared. He won't be able to answer questions. I'd have Julie and Rico and Terry write me a load of questions out, plus mine, and I'd sit here and just shred him with a cheese grater for about an hour while he was squealing like a stuck lettuce. So, but hey ho. So, Big Meat versus Wilder, we've covered that, haven't we? We've covered that one. It's not going to be a good look for him, is it? If he fights Wilder, Big Meat, not a good look at all. So, but hey ho, okie dokie. So peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares, Porky. Do not have nightmares. All right, and don't any of you have nightmares. Sharing my stuff and subscribing and pressing notification button so that you get your Porky fix straight to your phone. Pop, pop, bang. Peace out.